And retarded dweeb.
Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Flat Earth Friday with me, SciManDan. Thank you very much for joining me. Talking of Earth's inner core, did you know that a new study has confirmed that Earth's inner core is slowing down? Scientists...
Pause. He's defining his show by us. It's even called Flat Earth. It's great. Carry on.
Tracked seismic waves and found that Earth's inner core began slowing down in around 2010, previously thought to rotate faster than the surface. This summary is based on nearly 50 sources Ground News found reporting on it. Now, that's a lot of articles for a...
Is that scientific evidence?
Yeah, apparently.
So I've got this many news articles reporting on it. Therefore, the Earth, to presuppose Earth's molten iron core, is definitely slowing down. Because look, it's a 48% center distribution bias.
A topic like this. According to these visual breakdowns, we can...
What a bunch. I mean, seriously, you could spend 5 minutes taking what he just put up apart as to how retarded. And it's got, yeah. I even said it, distribution bias, which means what? Statistics. You based on what? Statistics based on what? A news reporting distribution. You
fucking scrote. You cretin. That was a nice move today, Nathan. That caught me off guard when you said that.
What? Said what?
You called somebody a cretin today.
A cretin?
Cretin.
Yeah, cretin.
Okay.
You can see most of this coverage is coming from centrist publications, with 67% of sources rated highly credible, meaning their reporting...
High factuality there.
Look at the logos. CNN's the second one on. I mean, the sun. Well, there you go. So does the presupposed ball Earth have a molten iron core that's slowing down? Who should we ask? Well, no, let's not ask everybody. Let's ask some of the top minds on this. The Sun, CNN, yeah? The View. What does The View think? Well, they weren't in complete agreement, but most of them thought the molten iron core was slowing down. Except Whoopi Goldberg, who blamed institutional racism for it, and it was actually speeding up because the white man were doing better, which is in the northern hemisphere, so it was spinning more.
The white man, Whitey.
Yeah, Whitey.
Tends to be more...
You need rotational benefits.
You need to do that on the show. You said Whitey was... Whoopi Goldberg and Whitey.
Reliable and less subjective, which is why I prefer to filter my list of articles by factuality.
Have you seen... Sorry, just to go sideways. Have you seen JLP? I've been watching JLP during the day a bit. He's got a T-shirt that says, July just feels white. So I've only got 4 or 5 days to go. But sorry, carry on.
Hey, did you see him? He sorts by factuality.
What? High factuality?
Yeah, watch. Hold on. Check this out, man.
You know what? Today, I think I'm going to medium. I'm going to go with a medium factual accuracy. Why not?
I want the lowest level of factuality you can fucking give me.
What?
Sources rated highly credible, meaning their reporting tends to be more reliable and less subjective, which is why I prefer to filter my list of articles.
I've never seen no shit like this in my life.
Very high, not just high. Off. Very low.
Yeah. Where's the lie index? Like, so very high factuality. It's only like 1 or 2 lies. Is it in a specific volume?
Who's deciding on this categorization? Is it Snopes?
With what, Snopes?
Or is it? It's the View again, isn't it? It's the girls on the View. They decide whether that's factually correct or not.
Fucking Whitey.
Yeah. Guyland.
Caused by factuality, leading me right to the research itself by sourcing every article covering a topic, adding context on where the information is coming from, and ensuring that original research and reporting is always there to compare it to. Ground News really sets itself apart from other news platforms.
This is an advert. Stop it. It's like a Paul Joseph Watson thing.
This guy actually fucking serious. This isn't like a parody or something.
This is an advert.
Holy shit.
He's advertising. No, listen, pause. So Paul Joseph Watson does this, but he sets it for different parameters, not this scientific shit that he's pretending that a news filtering web page can provide true science to you by assessing the amount of factuality. That's retarded. But actually, if you want to apply it to things like how many times Kamala Harris has said things with regards to indictments at borders and stuff, where you are going to invoke statistics, probability, right? Yeah, where this kind of level of analysis might be useful. How the shitting hell, with regards to science, do you categorize high level of fact? It's either science or it's not. You've fact or not. I'm not. There isn't subcategories of it. It's kind of true. It's a little bit true. Half true. Really fucking true.
What a fucking scrote.
I'm continue to partner with them on my videos. Not only are they an app and website that was founded by a former aerospace engineer who has worked on missions for...
Who's worked in the second law of thermodynamics violation. And
as if she's been to fucking space. How many extra fucking
Stop swearing.
liters of fuel would she take to get her to
Please don't
space?
swear.
Sorry. Sorry. I'll tell you that, right? If it cost them like $30,000 to send one Super Bowl top up, how much would she cost compared to the average astronaut?
or NASA and being the vice president of Rolls-Royce jet engines and more, but the platform's mission itself is one I believe in and aligns with what...
You accept without evidence that platform.
He believes in it.
Yeah.
What I aim to do here on the channel. Help my viewers develop a well-rounded worldview and think critically about the...
Round and flat aren't mutually exclusive.
And you know how you get a well-rounded worldview?
How?
Statistical analysis. And you can do that through this website.
Okay. And that is why I love them. So check them out at ground.news/SciMan or scan my QR code here to get 40% off the same Vantage plan that I use to get unlimited access to their features. Right, on with today's video and Nathan Oakley's daily Flat Earth debate show. Today he was facing off against someone when the topic of Earth's molten iron core came up. Nathan decides that he knows more than the entire works of science on the matter.
This isn't a scientific topic.
Oh, body of science, rumpus.
You'd fail intro to 5th grade general science. This is the same issue you had, you know, when you had 213 subscribers, when I caught your dumbass in your own show and I asked you what a hypothesis was, and then you deleted all the comments. Yeah, same routine.
So he unloads on the poor guy. Let's take a look.
Sure, I have a question for you, Nathan. What things in nature generate a magnetic field?
Why? Did I make a claim about it?
Nathan?
Yeah. Did I make a claim about it?
What things in nature generate a magnetic field?
I heard the question. Did I make a claim about it?
Why has Nathan put Fortnite footage over this clip? Is he trying to get more views or something?
He's missed the end of the first Matrix film, hasn't he? He's missed how easy this is.
Like, just one small comment on that. Sorry. What is this YouTube videographer doing? Is he trying to get views? No, Dan. No. What kind of stupid remark is that? What are you doing playing my Fortnite footage, Dan? Are you trying to get views playing my Fortnite footage? Yeah, it's absurd.
To be honest.
So Nathan responded to you.
Well, I'm waiting for the answer to my question. So
he did answer you.
Did he make a claim about magnetic fields? No, I'm asking a question. What things in nature generate magnetic fields?
Why are you asking that?
And he's asking, and he said why.
Well, the Earth generates magnetic fields.
Ah, so you've got claims about it that you need to be my claims so you can attack him as straw men. I see.
Does the Earth generate a magnetic field or not?
Did I make a claim about it? Second time's a charm.
No, I'm not saying you did make a claim about it.
Why are you asking me?
Now, it's a fair question to ask here whether Nathan made a claim or not.
How so?
It's not a fair question to ask. It's a point that's worth underlining that at no point Nathan made a claim here. Let's not poison the well, paint a straw man. Nathan never did. So let's not ask the question from your limited footage as to whether he did or not. If he did, make a claim, you would have shown it. He didn't, did he? As he said, I didn't make a claim. So your point here should be in agreement with Nathan, not to poison the well.
Sci-fi scam, you ignorant Burke. If you hung around my neighborhoods, right? And let's say you went to a gas station and then you came up to a complete stranger and asked them explain something that they didn't make a claim for. You better have your running shoes on or a friggin' football helmet. You follow there, crayon muncher. Idiot.
He's simple.
But
these are the guys that are controlled opposition. I know you might, when you interact with people that you know, and then you find out that these guys know them, and So for many years, I've supported a charity before this guy got involved called Duchenne's muscular dystrophy. And I gave, when this guy first popped up on the scene, I gave him some props because he was also doing some charity work for it. Really rich internet Jews run that charity. They're linked to my accountants. 30 years ago, I used to go out with him on a Thursday night the odd time when I used to meet all the guys from Manchester. So I kind of know them, and he's part of this same crowd. It's a very, very, very wealthy crowd. Very wealthy. Internet business. Like I say, when you look at controlled opposition, you look at people's backgrounds. How does he do this? Why does he? He doesn't need to do this. He's well funded. Still a decent bloke.
Asking, in Nathan's opinion, does the Earth produce a magnetic field? Of course, the answer is yes, but Nathan here...
Really? It does. Are you going to show it? How strong is this magnetic field? And while you're getting that strength, can you define magnetism for everyone? I doubt it.
Is it the Earth that produces
it is
magnetic field? Is it?
I don't know. Don't know.
I don't know either. I couldn't make that definitive statement.
No, I couldn't either.
The question.
I'm trying to add to the show. That's what
you said. You just want to add to the show. That's really kind. You just need to make a claim then, and we'll see how it stacks up. Is it a claim that's going to prove a globe? What's your claim about? Just tell us what your claim is, and we'll listen to you.
Nathan doing everything he can here to not answer the initial question.
You don't need to
not answer the question that he didn't make a claim for.
I did answer the question.
Perfectly reasonable to me.
I did make a response, and I did answer him. in the form of, I'm not making a claim about this. That is an answer. That is a response.
Yes. Perfectly reasonable.
Stack it up like I've made a claim, or I need to answer something that you want to ask about. Don't do that. Just make your claim. It's really easy.
The Earth has a magnetic field.
Okay. Cool.
Do you deny my claim? Do you deny my claim?
Okay. What's the strength?
Do you deny my?
Pause.
Oh, crap. I was in this call.
We don't need to, do we? No. Is there a magnetic field on the Earth? Yes. Does the Earth have a magnetic field? Again, nuanced words. But it can be used to invoke a claim on your behalf. There is certainly a magnetic field on the Earth. I can measure it.
I claim.
No, what's the strength?
What's the strength, you said?
Yeah, I think it's
Yes.
Gauss or something.
Does it matter what the strength of the magnetic field is, or just the fact that there is one?
Of course it doesn't matter. They're playing for time.
Yeah, it does matter. I'm not playing for anything. It does matter. What's the strength of this magnetic field? Simple question. He made the claim that there was a magnetic field. You'd figure he'd know the strength, sci-fi scam. I'm showing that he's a pretender clown. Numpty dipshit like you.
Time again here. In their little flat Earth world, they've got no physical explanation whatsoever for the existence of a magnetic field.
Or do you?
Do we need one?
Yeah. Do we need one?
Yeah, and what he's saying is they don't offer up something I can use in full dichotomy. That's what he's actually saying. Now he's going to present his belief based on the most credit source. And don't get me wrong, very good 67% reliability.
What's happening here is the simple fact of the way we behave here and the way we're reacting, which is to, no, I'm not making a claim. No, doesn't mean there's not magnets don't work, compasses don't point north. We're not saying that. We're just saying that we're not providing with an explanation, and that he's presenting that as some form of indictment that we should have to present something. And if you don't present an alternative, then you're dishonest. And whereas it's the complete opposite. The reality is we don't know. And it's better to say we don't know why. Yes, of course we'll accept that compasses work, as piss weak as they are, the field that's being applied to them in relation to fridge magnets. But yeah, it's very, very frustrating because it is a reversal of again, like I said, it's the reversal of what's happening with Whitsitt. These making points of recognition. Yeah, well, he won't commit to anything. Why should he? And he's almost recognized that, but now he's using it as a point of indictment to get agreement so that the next thing he says will be agreed with easier. Like I say, it's reverse Whitsitt. It's very obvious, isn't it? Very early.
He's a scrote.
Yeah, but the bullshit scroty salesman techniques are becoming more and more obvious.
Yep.
They know this, so they continue to dodge.
So you know complete strangers' thoughts.
Well, I did concede. He said, we've got a magnetic field. And I went, yep, great. According to Dan, me saying, okay, I accept that, is me dodging. Now I've accepted it.
And this is the point. So is that what he's implying, that flat earthers don't think that compasses work and there's not a magnetic field for the compasses that can be demonstrated to us? What is he implying here by you just honestly saying, he even played it? Look, make your claim and support it. Don't come here and ask me to explain something to do with your claim so you can strawman it. He's even put it for the listener to hear. So it's very odd for him to then miss. This is what's weird, you see. It's not truthful misrepresentation from these shithouses. They put it out for the retards to hear. It's there. If you've got ears to hear, you can hear it. That's Dan in his own editing is a fucking duplicitous liar.
Please don't swear.
No swearing.
I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting because it's like, who's up at this
anyway,
time?
Press play.
what the strength of this magnetic field is.
And what does it prove?
I don't care about the strength of it. I just want to know if there is one.
I got a better question. Maybe you can answer the question like you requested of them.
So why should I have to answer their question?
They did answer your question. They didn't deny
yes,
your.
I answered the question.
Okay.
I said, yes, it has a magnetic field. Then I countered with what is the strength of that magnetic field.
But my first question was, what in nature generates magnetic fields? And you didn't answer that question.
Which was, do you agree the Earth generates a magnetic? Dewey answered your question. Yeah. Now he's asking you a question. What is the strength?
I don't care about the strength. I just care if there is a magnetic field.
No one asked you what you care about.
So I'm going back to my original question now. What in nature generates magnetic fields?
Sorry, I missed magnets.
I'm feeling a little pull towards that as an answer.
That's that part.
Did we find out why the guy was asking about magnetism or not?
This is an absolute mess. A simple question that requires a simple yes or no answer.
We gave him yes.
I gave him yes. Dan, you're too stupid to listen to the hours of work I put into editing this video. Every time you see a little cut, that's me having to put in time and work for you to monetize this. I'm furious about this. He didn't put a link to the video. Huge chunks of my work. No link.
Followed by another question that's really not difficult to answer. Now, this group of...
I know. Why didn't he answer it? I asked him, what was the strength? You're right. It's not a difficult question. He should have answered it.
He's talking about
me. He didn't know.
He's suggesting that I've dodged the question when had it put to me that there's a magnetic field. And I've gone, yeah, okay.
How would you deny it by saying, well, yeah, what's the strength? What, the strength
of flat earthers?
Go on, carry on.
Are appearing confident, but inside, they're panicking.
No, project much, do you?
Yeah, I was really panicking.
I could hear it in your voice, shitting it.
I know. I was shaking in my boots so much. You know, my wife had to call an ambulance.
Worst case scenario, the DAF couldn't knew it was less than a fridge magnet. So what? This is the point. What are you making, SciManDan? Are you proving? It's very frustrating. It's just total straw man. Because if we prove the point, what? He answers it, which proves that we've accepted a field. We're asking you to quantify the field, yeah, and its strength. That's all. Which in of itself surely is it's not direct, but it's at least a tacit acceptance because you're going to just discuss how strong this thing is, surely.
Yep.
That's very...
I'll answer it. So one of the things in nature that generates magnetic fields is when you have molten iron that rotates, that'll generate a magnetic field.
Yeah, they laugh because they think...
Yeah, we're laughing because you're a moron.
No, we're laughing. No, let's be honest. Dan's caught us, and I'm just going to confess because he's right. We were laughing because we were panicking.
Oh, I got you.
Think they know better. They, of course, do not.
Did you know that?
Quick question.
How are you?
Other than the presupposed molten iron core, does anybody else know of a citation where there's molten iron balls giving out magnetic fields? Has anyone been down to the shops recently, to the magnetic molten iron core shop? Where is it? Is there a circus that turns up in town that goes, oh, look at this molten iron ball that's rotating, giving its own magnetic field? Where else does this exist? Because that's his proof that the reason we should think it's a molten iron core is because we know that molten iron cores give magnetic fields, because we've got a molten iron core and we've got a magnetic field.
Yeah.
Do you deny that?
What's the temperature of this presupposed, non-proven, alleged molten iron core? What's the temperature?
Are you denying that if you spin molten iron, it'll generate a magnetic field? Are you denying that?
What's the temperature?
Are you asking?
Not are you denying? What's the temperature? Answer the question.
I don't know. I don't know the temperature of molten iron. Does it matter?
It doesn't really. Once iron melts, it's
That really doesn't matter.
Yeah, in Dan's mind, preemptively saying it doesn't matter, hand waving it before his edited video of what's to come discussion about Curie Point. Preemptively, he says it doesn't matter. But then he plays the section of video where we discuss the Curie Point. So, I don't know.
Yeah, none of that matters. What matters is this. This is just trigger. See, I often ignore Rufy, but at 9:30 this morning, I get a message, accurate and amusing, in brackets, SciManDan correcting Nathan on what the Curie point is. Screenshot. I wonder what he's on about, right? But at Bill Garrett, that Nathan Oakley is a hostile AI bot at this point. He'd be called shit GPT. Brutal, says Glenn. Then he sends me another screenshot at Mr. Negative Creep 07. Nathan getting hit with facts harder than he hits his daughter. And I'm having a shit this morning. All I responded with is very poor taste, no class,
What a piece
absolutely desperation when a baller attacks someone's children. Thought you were better than this. This is back to Rufy. Laugh out loud. You're the one that hangs out. So you sent this as a test point for his Curie point, yeah? I've responded to his non-recognition that you're bringing people's children into things is just below the belt. And he's got embarrassed. But what first thing this morning, I've got this, guys. This is when Rufy tests things out. This is proof these guys are all really nervous, talking amongst themselves, using the connections, because everything they say or want to stick out there to attack people, they're not sure about. They're really nervous. So they use their contacts to see what they're saying as truth, whether it's true or not, or whether it will stand up for people to believe as truth, because they're really nervous. Because they don't know themselves anything, do they? Too nervous about anything. Little scroats. Interesting that.
Melts. Unless, of course, it's under great pressure, because then it melts at a higher temperature. Usually iron melts at around 1,500 degrees C. However, under the intense pressures inside Earth's core, iron does not melt until around 4,800 degrees C.
There's a lot
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Seems to be a lot you don't know. You don't
Why
know.
does it?
I'm sorry, I'm getting confused with people talking on here and guys in this hangout. Sorry about that. I'll continue.
Why does it matter what the temperature is and not the effect?
Okay, let me answer him.
Why does it? Yeah, it matters. He was going to get to it once you gave him the temperature.
Because we ask the question daily, any evidence of a self-perpetuating molten iron core at the centre of a presupposed spherical Earth?
And of course there is plenty. My favourite of which is the seismic shadows from earthquakes.
Seismic shadows. Good one.
Hell.
Well, this is actually the bit that I was hoping we would get into. What seismology measuring?
It's return rates.
Return angles.
And rates, of which you will then propose certain things, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You're going to need a flat Earth to describe these return signals.
Not one of those return signals are curved, are they? If you look at what's portrayed on screen, I'm not an expert in this, but you just look at what's being portrayed. Well, none of them can curve. They're seismic, they're waves. So they'll propagate in a direction. They won't propagate along a curve. Yeah, they'll propagate in a direction. Well, that's not what's happening here. Propagating along some. It's almost like it's been back calculated. Look at it. I can't say because I don't know it. But if you're suggesting a propagation of a wave, then it wouldn't do that at all. It would propagate in straight lines, wouldn't it? Not in curves. Things don't propagate like that.
There's absolutely no way that flat earthers can explain these results on a flat earth.
Why would we explain your proof? Isn't it your job to explain your proof? And before that explanation, we would want scientific validation demonstrating it. Then you explain your evidence, counselor. Long as we got that squared away, you dumbass cracker.
Yeah, I can't explain this on a flat earth because it's not explainable, because waves don't propagate in arcs, propagate in a straight line from the point of propagation. Now, the arc of propagation may bend, of course it does, but the line of propagation doesn't bend, as demonstrated here. So, no, I couldn't explain it on a flat earth or in reality, because that's not how waves propagate, mate.
Idiot.
The evidence is garnered from seismic stations from across the entire planet. They simply
begging the question fallacy. That's what you're attempting to prove. Textbook.
Cannot explain this, and is
not our job to explain your claims, counselor. Glue sniffer. Your claim, you explain it. Then demonstration. You don't have to be a rocket surgeon to figure this one out.
excellent evidence for a core being inside our planet.
The reason is because the temperature would preclude magnetism. It's beyond the Curie point. Do you know what the Curie point is?
Well, you certainly don't, Nathan, if this is your extremely weak argument.
Right, but I'm adding motion to the molten iron.
Sorry, I didn't ask. I asked a closed question. I asked a closed question. Do you know what the Curie point is?
Yeah, when you have a magnetic...
What is it?
And then you
What's the number?
Up to a point where
what's the number?
When I don't know the exact number.
So
but
shut up. So shut your mouth, you stupid boy.
Of course, the number here is irrelevant. Nathan is digging.
What? How is the melting point of iron or the Curie point irrelevant to this discussion? Can you explain that to us, sci-fi scam? Just saying irrelevant is a hand wave dismissal from a moron. You.
Himself a large hole here, which he won't be able to get out of.
What is this? Argument by cliche? You glue sniffing fungus muncher? Clown.
You need to waffle through me leading you. So you don't know. Yet we know you don't know. You're asking me about whether or not molten iron at the temperatures they claim for a globe Earth, which you don't know, are beyond a Curie point, which you don't know. Yet there's a lot you don't know. No, your molten iron core won't generate a magnetic field. What are you, stupid and ignorant? Yeah, we've already demonstrated that. You can sit down and shut up now. No, your globe Earth supposition of molten iron cores that aren't proven won't generate a magnetic field. It's beyond the Curie point. I hope that answers your dumb question that you didn't know the answer to yourself, demonstrating stupidity.
Well, this is ironic, isn't it? Nathan accusing this poor man of stupidity when he thinks that the Curie point is the reason why the Earth shouldn't produce a magnetic field.
What a great straw man. I tell you what, right, he's presenting this really well because he's got us to the point that we're arguing the molten iron core.
Yeah.
Oh, whether or not the molten iron core, sorry, we've accepted the molten iron core. We're arguing whether or not the increased pressure will keep it solid, therefore allowing it to pass the Curie point of standard molten iron in our reality, in this presupposed high pressure. Now, all of this is accepted. It's whether or not, this is, to be fair to Dan here.
No, I got you. It's the vacuum of space all over again. We're in rockets. Yep. Got it, Adam. Yep. Can you demonstrate that there is a molten iron core first?
The thing is, right, no, so fundamentally here, this is the other point of his argumental fail, because it's their claim molten iron core. Now, what he's stated here is that the phase transition between solid and liquid, molten, can be increased in temperature if you increase the pressure. Don't disagree, right? So what in his effect? So we're not going to deny the physics that when it becomes molten, the Curie point, which is defined in the real world, yeah. If we alter the parameters, that the Curie point would move. But that Curie point is also defined by the fact that it becomes molten. Therefore, nothing will align in the same direction. There is no molten polarity because everything's free moving instead of pointing in a particular direction, which is why you lose the polarity. So he's now denying that. Now, the only way you can deny that is to deny that it's molten. And that's kind of what he's saying. It's a solid iron core, not what Ball Earthers claim, molten iron core. He's having to now invoke it's solid. Yeah?
Yep.
Time and time and time again,
mountains and mountains and mountains of evidence like Evotards used to tell me before I ripped them around by their short hairs. Same old tactic from glue sniffing fungus munchers. Sci-fi scam, idiot.
My favorite part of this is that it's completely cool for a Glober to come out and just ask some random question about the molten iron core or magnetism of Nathan, right? But then when asked about the supposed strength of this magnetism and the molten iron core, all of a sudden, oh, those things don't matter. I don't care about that. But you came out with the random question about magnetism. Now we're talking to you about it, and now you don't care about things we ask? Okay, that's cute.
Yep.
Earthers that they don't understand how the
stereotype fallacy. So everything after this is void.
Everything before
works. And time and time and time again, they explain
back to time and time and time and time and time again. The mountains and mountains and mountains and mountains of evidence, right? Yeah.
That they think they know our model better than us.
You don't have a model.
Yeah, we do.
And whatever paradigm you're talking about, it's not a model, number one. And the shape-shifting paradigm, we know better than you. Yes. Ever since the beginning, we knew it better than you. You science illiterate clown.
Just one sec. Adam, can you check? Hold on. Adam, can you check in Master B? Carry on, Kiwi.
Here, right now, demonstrates that they don't. Now, if Nathan had spent just 2 minutes here researching, you know, these are flat earthers, they love to do their own research, researching what the Curie...
Stereotype fallacy. Again, all of it's void anyway.
Point is, then he would have understood that the Curie point is only relevant when it comes to permanent magnets. The Earth's molten iron core is not...
Not permanent now. What are the hours? When do we have blackouts of the Earth's magnetic field so it's not permanent?
Yeah.
There you go with the it's just not relevant point.
Did he get this from Wiki or something? Or did he just make it up?
I don't even know where he's going.
Not a permanent magnet. And the Earth's magnetic field is caused by the electric currents that flow through it because...
What?
Because there's a battery at the center of the magnetic iron core.
That's why I asked him in the beginning, define magnetism. Now I put it to you again. Define magnetism. You don't even know what magnetism is. You clown with that last statement. You know there's a difference between electromagnetism and magnetism, sci-fi scam. What a clown you are. And where's this electricity coming from?
Because of its motion. The Curie point.
Because of what's motion? Is that where the electricity's? Look, let's pull a J. Let's hear that again.
Molten iron core is not a permanent magnet, and the Earth's magnetic field is caused by the electric currents that flow through it because of its motion.
Well, there's an electric current. That's begging the question fallacy number one. The Earth has no motion, neither rotational or transmission, unless you can show that. If you can't, you're begging the question fallacy right now. You're a retard, aren't you? You haven't quite thought this through.
Curie point, then, is irrelevant in this argument. The core itself is not intrinsically magnetic. So you've just made yourself look very silly, haven't you?
The core itself is not intrinsically magnetic. Huh? What? I'm not getting it. That is a non sequitur. It made no sense. Does anyone understand what he's talking about? Guess not.
Nathan.
An intelligent person tends to ask questions they know the answer to. You didn't. That's because you're bloody ignorant. Now sit down and shut up.
An intelligent person also knows something about the topic they're talking about. You do not. And I think that's a lovely time to wrap this.
You do
not. Nuh-uh. That's
Mic
your
drop.
argument. That's it. Mic drop. Nuh-uh. That's a hand wave dismissal, sci-fi scam. You know, you're pathetically feeble wuss. Intellectually and physically, as we can see. You're a belly laugher. I proved, like I said, I proved that. What was it? 2018. Whenever your channel first came out. Remember that? Remember I challenged your dumbass? On your next show, please, we want you to describe what a scientific hypothesis is. Then we want you to post one. And then identify its parts. Okay? Clown. Bye.
Did you get what I sent in Skype, Adam?
Mm-hmm. I've had a little look. I mean, let me share screen.
Take over.
There you go. Do you need any more than that, or do you want me to carry on?
I was just hoping you'd go through it. I'm looking at other.
Do you need any more? I've highlighted it. Like introduction. Read it if you want, or go to the line I've highlighted underneath the picture.
It was more about the refracted ray and the directed rays with the P waves and S waves. This is something that John and I used to discuss in the pre-shows when you guys were never around.
Read the highlighted line.
The pendulum-mounted size monitor records horizontal motion. Yeah, but if you scroll down, you'll see that it's all describing.
That's what it does.
Where is the horizontal motion?
Horizontal, you say?
Yeah, that's what I just got here.
So if I was to rotate the surface of a ball, is that horizontal?
No.
Okay. If you wanting to measure the rotation of the surface of a ball, would you want go about and record horizontal motion?
No.
No. You can take that horizontal motion and take the measurements you've got in the places where you've got them, these machines, and then plot them onto a grid system that's globular with their horizontal motion, couldn't you? And then say, look, this is why in that previous picture these horizontal motions bend. Why they're not horizontal? They're not horizontal. They're curvy. Not what I've shown.
No, okay, go to the picture I've just posted in Skype. The return angle signals are with respect to a horizontal plane of reference. No, in Skype, I've just posted a picture.
Yeah, I've got the picture. I wonder if it was in here. I was just scrolling down to it was. So they may having to change screens.
Well, yes, there. You're describing return angles from a horizontal plane of reference in this diagram, but the one that I've just sent you is better. Yeah, to get return angles, P waves and S waves, you're describing the return angle signal from a horizontal plane of reference. Need a flat Earth for seismology. Okay. I was just hoping you would put better mathematical wording to what I've just described with the diagram in front of you, but if you're 6 sheets to the wind, maybe we won't get that out of you.
There isn't anything mathematical to say other than the baseline is flat.
Yeah. You're going to need a horizontal plane of reference for this.
That's all you need to say.
Yeah, Earth is measured flat for this. The methodology uses a flat plane.
It's also measuring horizontal motion. It's not measuring slip rate of a presumed R-value ball. That wouldn't be horizontal, would it?
No.
You understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So,
there's no horizontal on a ball.
By its very premise, it's not measuring the thing it should be measuring if it was measuring the crust movement of a ball. No one's moving left and right, are you? You're moving it slip rate over the ball, and that would include drop. So the only way...
Oh, dear.
It's presumed... You've only got flat Earth measurements for this. What you then plot it onto is up to you. And as the thing I said earlier, first, the implications of the bending of those rays, those propagations. Now, if you look in the picture I was just showing you, rays, they go out straight. Oh, let me come back to mine. Stop sharing. The picture you've got there, in terms of trying to, I don't understand that picture, to be fair. But if you've got stuff going out, the rays are going out in direct lines. Yeah, the apex of the wave is the straight line. But they're not bending. None of these are bending, are they? But if you look at what was then put back to us, they'll then try to make the surface bend. And I like I say, I don't know.
There you go.
There you go. So what the hell is that? Where does that fit anything that we were measuring? Why are there no straight lines? Shouldn't be like that, should it be? Should it? Shouldn't be bent. Now, what they're saying is it starts here and the wave comes out here. And this horizontal meter at this point 103 makes a measurement. And the way in which this perturbation that's occurred, this wave has occurred, and we felt the ripple, the horizontal ripple, when they plot it on a ball, yeah, remember what's happening? When they then plot those numbers on a ball, the wave, instead of what we know from physics to be going in a straight line from its point of origin, when we plot the place of where we've received the signal from where we measured it to start from, when we plot this straight line on a ball, it looks curved. That's about the sum of my knowledge here. But that's what seems perverse to me, that things that should be going in a straight line and bouncing back are taken mathematically as going in a straight line and bouncing back. But then when they're plotted onto the topography, supposed topography, the net result is this thing that you know that's going in a straight line back there and back takes a curved path.
Yeah, but you're whistling past the graveyard. They've already measured it with respect to a horizontal plane of reference. What I'm saying is Dan's description after the fact is this. But if you now scroll up and look at all of the diagrams and what they're actually referencing in terms of the return angle for P waves and S waves, they're all with respect to a plane.
And that shows you that there. But I just explained that. That shows you that. It demonstrates it mathematically. The only reason the line is not straight is because of the grid system you've now plotted it onto. When you take the line itself...
Hey, stop.
Okay,
stop. Gotta go.
I'm going to go in a second. I just want to show you this one bit.
Okay.
And then later, Skewy.
See you later.
There you go. There it is. There it is. So the base reference line, is that R? Is that curving at a rate of R, or is it straight?
Straight. You're going to need a flat Earth for this.
There you go.
Yep. It's a flat Earth measurement.
Now, if you're going to imply that, even if it's still going to be a straight line, but what you can't do, like I said, I'm not playing them any expertise here, but what you can't do is take that straight line, take it from the earthquake here, bounce it to the point 103 with the straight line that and pretend it's curved. And the only way you would curve it is because of the grid system you're putting it on. Or, it's not a curved line based on R in the slightest. It's a straight line. And you've only measured horizontal movement. You've not measured three-dimensional. You've not measured a curve. You've just measured how much it's moving this bit of the earth left to right. It's seismic shift. That's the perversion there. But yes, fundamentally, let's say you go back to point I highlighted first in the first bit, which is all the way up here, which is to tell you what the seismograph does, which is, there you go.
Right, horizontal. Cool.